So it should be. Hello,
Hey, Brooke, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I thought maybe we were gonna do the whole session. I got an email from mom today. Um, Said the last exam didn't go well. Really feel bad about that. I hate hearing stuff like that. I mean, is there any positives from it?
It was
Anything good?
like most of the things that I got wrong were either just really stupid mistakes or I looked at the question, like looked at the diagram wrong. It was
Okay.
like I took the wrong number and did the wrong form, used that number instead of the right one.
Yes.
But I do have the test on me and I can send you a picture of it so we can kind of go over it a little bit.
Yeah, send over problems that you feel like you didn't understand. Let's just focus on the stuff that the heart of it, that whatever it is that like I got lucky or I didn't think I knew how to do it, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, go ahead and send it over and we'll take a look here.
And then I'm sending them over right now.
And we do have a full hour tomorrow, free.
Yeah.
So we can do whatever you want during that time to get you better prepared as well.
I sent over.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. Perfect. Thank you for doing that. All right, which one do you want us to start with?
Let's start with question 2, because that one kind of threw me through a little bit.
All right. So just because of it's going to take a little bit for this to upload, I'm going to not be able to draw it, but I'll start talking how to actually do it. Is that okay? Sound good with you?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. You've probably already seen my screen. There we go. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is you got some sort of a pyramid, looks like a rectangular base on the bottom. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then there's actually two triangles. Now, in fairness to you, we did not do one where there were two triangles, two different triangles. Do you see how one's kind of wider and one's kind of skinnier?
Yeah.
And then this is the 7.8 and this is the 8.9 here.
Yeah.
Is that okay so far?
Yeah.
Now for the lateral area, you don't include the square. You don't need that one. But you do need the area of each of the triangles. You've got 11 times 7.8, which you have written down. That's perfect. Over 2, but you have 2 of them. And you do have that written down, so that's good. Any questions on that?
No.
Plus, you have to do the other triangle. That's where the issue is. So it's not really wrong. You just didn't really finish the problem. I mean, I don't know if it's out of 5 points, but yeah, it's a kind of a tough deduction. So it's base times height again, 7 times the 8.9 divided by 2 times 2. So this is your full lateral area. The lateral area is just the stuff around the edges. Kind of think about what you would paint if you had this object to paint.
Gotcha. So I'm just writing it down. All right. So for this, I would just do 2 times 11 times 78 divided by 2 gives me 84.
Okay, keep going out up the.
85.
Yeah, you can round at the end. I mean, we gotta go ahead and get all this in the calculator there.
That's 62. 62 plus 85.8 gives me 148.1.
Very good. And then the units of that are inches squared. Fantastic. Now, one of the things I'm noticing on your quiz here is just I'm not seeing a ton of writing. Maybe
Oh.
there's some like thought that goes in, but
Did
more
give
is
us,
better.
he gave us a formula sheet that
Okay.
he gave us like the formula for define
Okay.
like the total surface area, like the full out formula that you put into a calculator. So I just
Got it.
took the numbers and put it directly into the calculator.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So for the surface area, it is the lateral area plus the base.
Gotcha.
So you already have the lateral area. You don't have to redo that, but you need the base. Base is the thing it sits on. You know, we have a base. It's called our butt. This is the pyramid. It's got a base that's a rectangle.
So that would just
So you
be
got
11 times 7 then for the base.
yes, yes.
It's 148. Give me 225.1 would be the surface area,
And what are the units of that?
inches squared.
All right. Good job on that. Okay. Is that clear now?
Yeah, I think it's because it was also because I used the formula for a square pyramid, and
Yes.
it's a rectangular one, which kind of also messed me up.
That will do that. Yeah. Okay. Number 5.
Number 5. So
Is that the next one to do? I'm just
yeah,
confirming. Okay. Let me grab a snip of this. Again, kind of like, were these out of 5 points?
yes, they're all out of 5 points. So it
Okay.
was a
I
10
mean,
question.
this is pretty rough. I mean, you're getting dinged on the whole thing, and you're not completely wrong here. I mean, it's not like the worst answer I've ever seen. It's like, well, on the right track. So, but here's the thing that I think was missed. What is the shape of the base?
The base is it's a triangle.
Yeah. And I'm looking at it like, okay, there's a top triangle and a bottom triangle. This is 8, but the other side is 6.
Oh, okay. So I
All right,
needed.
so that's really important, and that's part of probably why you got no credit, because you didn't use the right dimensions for that
Yeah.
formula. But you're not like, it's not like you're like, I don't know, you know, it's not like you're in Wisconsin. You're in the right place. You're in Arizona, like roughly. But I guess that's one issue. So we were talking about the volume is always the area of the base times the height. So in your problem, the base is 8 times 6 divided by 2. It's 1/2 base times height.
Gotcha. So that's just let's see, 8 times 6 divided by 2 equals 24. So the base is 24.
What are the units of that?
24 meters squared.
Miles squared.
Or
Miles
miles
squared.
squared.
Okay, so once you have that value, to find the volume, it's 24 times the height. The height is actually 11 in this problem. It's I talked about these like posts. It's what connects. It's
Yeah.
what connects the two bases.
So I do 24 times 11, and then I would divide that by 2, correct?
Nope.
Oh.
Because you have the base. Once you have the
Oh.
base, you just multiply by the height.
All right, so that gives me just 264
And what are the units of that?
meters or miles cubed.
Yes. Okay, that looks good.
Yeah, this one was, it was because when I was looking at it on the test, it looked like it had a square bottom from the angle I was looking at, just how it looked like it was like a wedge on its side with a square bottom. So I just jumped to,
We're talking about 7.
oh,
Which one now, or which one?
for 5. That's one
Oh,
of
for
the,
5. Okay.
I looked at that really weirdly and really wrong, and it kind of messed me
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I don't know if you're comfortable doing this. I would like go to the teacher and just say, is the base a triangle? And like, almost like, don't say anything and read their body language.
All right.
If they're like, I can't tell you, but they're not really struggling, um, that means you're probably right. But if they're like, well, I can't tell you, but maybe you ought to take a look at it again. Like, if you get that vibe, then maybe you're wrong. Um, there's information to be gained by, interacting. I don't know if you're comfortable doing that. I wasn't for a long time, but it will help.
All right. Yeah.
Seven's pretty tough. Seven is pretty tough. Can we move on to that?
Yeah.
Okay. You and I didn't do any problems like seven, and you can blame me if you need to. Let's try to figure out how to do it so that you don't have an issue next time. What kind of shape, three-dimensional shape is this? Can you tell me that?
Isosceles trapezoid.
It's a trapezoidal prism. So we've got to find the area of the trapezoid. And that's what it looks like you're trying to do down there. So the first base is 4. The other base is 6.
Yeah.
And then the height, which is a little bit hard to mind, but I believe it says 2.8.
That's what really messed me up on that. I was looking at the 2.
I can't tell that is that pointing to the dotted line or
Yeah, it
something
is
else?
pointing to the dotting line.
Okay. So on your formula sheet should have been somewhere the area of a trapezoid. It's base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. You're essentially finding the average of the bases. You add them up, divide by 2, and then you multiply by the height.
So in this case, it would be 4 times 6
Plus you're adding the bases.
4 plus 6 divided by 2 times 2.8.
Yep.
Which, let me put that into my calculator. 4. Times 2.8 gives me 14.
It is 14. What are the units of that?
14 kilometers squared.
Really good. Okay. Now, that is the area of the base. That is not the volume. The volume is the area of the base, which happens to be the area of the trapezoid, times the height. But the height is not necessarily the vertical height. It's the posts. It's what connects the two bases.
Oh, so it would be 10.
Yes.
So that would just be 14 times 10 is 140. So it'd be 140 kilometers cubed.
You got it. Good. So you got to be careful not to go formula crazy. Like, it is easier. It's you got to be careful though. We've not really been using a lot of formulas other than the generic ones, base, area of the base times the height. But and so again, like, you got the right units. I mean, you kind of have those semblance of the right formula. Like, if you wanted to argue for some more points, I would tell you to, but it is nice that you got it's a chance to retake it here.
Yeah, he's offering for tomorrow. It's basically he's just doing task retakes all day for a bunch of tests, and it's just like a free period day. So
Cool.
I'm gonna try to get as much as I can done.
Got it. What's the name of this shape?
This is it's a triangle, or would it be it'd be a triangular pyramid.
You got it. Yeah. So the fact that it's a triangular pyramid helps you to know base. That's the first word. The base is a triangle. Pyramid also helps the formula. So it's area of the base times the height, but then it's 1/3 of that.
All right. This one I got the numbers wrong, so I'm pretty sure it's.
Well, let's focus on the base. The base is that triangle down there. that right triangle, actually. This is 6, this is 8, it looks like. Can you find the area of that triangle?
So 6 times 8. It's 48, but I need to divide that by 3, which
Two,
gives me
two.
16.
No. So you're confusing, like, B is like uppercase B means that the whole area of the base.
Oh, sorry.
We're just trying to find the area of the triangle.
So I do 6 times 8 divided by 2, which gives me
Yes.
24.
24. What are the units of that?
24 meters squared.
Okay, now the volume is the 1/3 of the base. The base is the 24. B represents the area of this triangle.
Gotcha.
So the volume is 1/3 times 24 divided by 3. The height is different. It is the literal physical height. It's the how tall is the flagpole, how high up is it?
So they would be 24 times 10
Yes.
divided by 3, which gives me 80 meters cubed.
Here's also something I guess I'd like you to think about. When you wrote down 1600 meters cubed,
I
anyway, did that feel unreasonable to you?
at the time I was taking the test, it felt right, and then when I got it back, I'm like, what was I doing? I think it's because
Yeah.
my brain had swapped to surface area into that mindset, because surface area kind of outputs
They do,
numbers kind of like that. But
they do get much larger in surface area. That is true. Yeah.
and then when I got it back, because I messed up as well. There was another one on there that for sphere, but it was just because I don't even know what I did. I just didn't look at the formula for it, I guess, and I went off a whole different formula for a whole different thing. And then I was looking back at it today. I was like, why did I do that? It was a really easy question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be critical of you. You have a really good test here. Like, it's not as difficult as it could be for other students in the course. So please do whatever you can here, and we should do some more problems, but whatever you need to do to review. I mean, you got a really good opportunity here to get through this, and I want to see you do that. So can I give you a few more volume problems to try?
Yeah.
And again, all I mean by that is that, like, these are as straight, direct as you can get. There is no more transparent way of doing these problems. So here you go. Like you to find the volume of this, please.
So that's a rectangular pyramid.
Good.
So first we need to find the base, which would be
Okay.
4 times 7. And then would I divide that by 2, correct? To get the base?
The base is a rectangle. You said that.
Yes.
Base is length times width, or
Oh,
base times height.
okay. So that would just give me 28 then.
Units.
Kilometers squared.
Okay. What's the formula for volume?
Volume is length times base times height.
It's always base times height, and then it could have a 1/3.
Oh, it would be 1/3 base times height for a pyramid, correct?
Yes, 1/3 base times height is perfect.
I do 28 times 9, and then I would divide that by 3, which would give me 84 kilometers cubed.
Yes. Good. All right, so here is another one to try. I'd like you to also find the volume.
So that is, we first found the triangle, which would be 8 times 6. And then I would divide that by 2 to give me 24. And then would times the 24 by the height, which is 10, gives me 240. And then would I also divide this again by 3 to get,
It's a pyramid, so it's 1/3 those times the height. So yes,
so that would give me 80 miles cubed.
does this look really similar to the one that you just
I
had on
think
your test?
I was looking, I think that's the same one.
It is, and I'm just going out to the internet searching for worksheets, and you're like your teacher's getting these from a standard place. So
Mhm.
good news is like you're not gonna get anything weird. You're not gonna get anything weird at all. All right, here's another one for you to try for volume.
All right. So this would be 4 times 3. And then so that's what and then I would divide this by 2, correct? Or what? Yeah.
Well, yeah, what I hear is you're finding the area of the base, which is base times height divided by 2.
So that would give me, so 6 is the base.
Yes,
And then I would times it by the height, which is 2.
yes, you got it.
And then since it's just a triangle, would I leave it like that, or would I divide it again by anything?
You've already found the area of the base. You don't have to do any more dividing. And I hear some uncertainty. And again, not a criticism. What I'm seeing is like you're not writing down things like area of a triangle equals on your paper. Like you have the formula over there somewhere, and you're looking at it, but it really could help. Recommend doing this, writing down the formulas before you put numbers in.
Gotcha.
That's totally up to you. Okay, one more here before we close out. All right, again, just find the volume of this
So this is a regular pyramid, correct?
square pyramid.
Square pyramid.
You got to be careful with the word regular because it could refer to pentagon, hexagon, square, octagon.
All right, so this is just base times height, which is, so 10. Would I do 10 times 6, correct? Divided by,
What is the base? Draw the base.
so the base is a square. And then
What's the area of a square?
base times height. So it'd just be 10 times 10.
Yes. And if you notice the entire lesson, I've been saying, what's the area of the base? And you're now 10 times 10. And then you give me the number. And I say, what are the units? Because I want you to follow this pattern. Then the volume is 1/3 base times height, which you just found.
Which is 33.33.
But you're multiplying by the height.
Oh, sorry. So 1/3 100 times 6 is 200
Yes, 200 what? What are the units?
kilometers cubed.
Cubed, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go and stop here. Final thought, I guess, would be, I'm gonna stop the recording.